Would you believe me if I said most Section 8 gurus are lying to you? I have helped over 100 beginner investors buy Section 8 properties all across the US. And here are the actual numbers. So here are the real numbers for one house. The house is worth $90,000, and yes, you can pretty easily find a $90,000 house out in the Midwest. Go look at Cleveland, Birmingham, pretty much anywhere in Louisiana, anywhere in the Midwest, you'll find these homes 90K. And yes, they're gonna be in fantastic condition. You're gonna put 20% down. We usually go through DSCR loans at a 7.5% interest rate, 30-year fixed loan. Typically, we see about $5,000 in closing costs. It's actually more like $6,500. However, we typically get a small seller subsidy during negotiations. Then taxes, we're looking at about $1,200 per year. This is just averaged across the different locations. For example, Detroit is more like $1,200, Cleveland's more like $14, Birmingham's more like $8. So it's super location dependent, but averaged it's about $12. We then see insurance be about $800 per year. This also is affected if you're a first-time home buyer, this is your first investment, this is your first home in general, or if it's your 10th, you're gonna get better rates, but we see an average of $800 per year. Maintenance, we like to put aside about 15% of the gross rents. That ends up being about $2,500 per year. And I've noticed that is typically what we end up spending. However, it can actually be usually zero for the first year because, again, during negotiations while we're under contract, we also tend to get a seller paid home warranty for the first year, which will make your portion of the maintenance zero for the first year because the actual service charges we typically charge to the tenant. The rents we're seeing on average $1,400 a month through Section 8 and vacancy of 5%. Section 8 tenants tend to stay on average 6 years, which is twice as long as a regular tenant. And this one is optional, but you can hire property management for 10%. I actually don't like doing this because I think the average person does not need property managers unless they're at over 10 units. And that makes a total of a 23% ROI or $318 net, and that is including management. Without management, it is 29% ROI or $451 per month net. And in both scenarios, you are investing $23,000 upfront. This is much, much lower than a regular rental and has ROIs that are pretty much over double what the S&P 500 will give. For anyone that wants a full, almost 4-hour tutorial on Section 8 investing, go ahead and go to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio.